Hey guys, Corey Arnold here at Toyota of Easley. Hey, coming to you today to tell you about the all-new redesigned 2019 Toyota RAV4. It is America's favorite SUV, redesigned ever since 1994. I want to show you a little bit about it. Come on and go with me. Okay, before we get into this redesign, let me tell you some of the exciting news. This vehicle actually came out in 1994. Now, Toyota was a visionary company because back in 1994, all the other SUVs out there were what we call truck-based SUVs. This was the very first car-based SUV. It started the segment back in 1994. It created what we call the small car-based SUV segment, and we've been the king of that segment ever since. Now, in 2017, the Toyota RAV4 was the #1 selling vehicle in this country besides pickup trucks. We sold 408,000 of these cars in 1 year. But now, here's what we did now. We completely redesigned this vehicle. I don't know about you, but it's a great looking car. It's got a very bold front. So when you're looking for a small SUV, but yet you want something with a nice stance, that's what Toyota is actually after, all right? Also, you see some designs of what we call the new global architecture. All that was, the Japanese president came, he said, hey, give us vehicles that are more fun to drive. And that's what we have here. We've got vehicles that actually have got a wider stance and a little bit longer wheelbase. The benefit to you is you've got a car that looks good, but also it's something that's great and fun to handle out on the road. All right, the all-new redesigned RAV4 has Toyota Safety Sense 2.0. Now, we've heard about Toyota Safety Sense in the past, but 2.0, let me tell you how it's different. Number one, we've got lane departure alert, but this vehicle also has lane trace. What that means is it has the ability to actually follow the vehicle that's in front of it. And that doesn't mean you're going to ever take your hands off the steering wheel. You're always in control of the vehicle, but because of the vehicle in front of you, it is able to track that and actually help you steer the vehicle. Again, not doing it for you, but just out there to actually be an assistance to you there. Now, one other thing on this vehicle, it also has the ability to recognize road signs. There are 4 road signs in this vehicle. So if you come up on a stop sign, you run through that stop sign, God forbid, all right? It's not going to stop for you, but what it will do is throw a stop sign up on your MID display to let you know you're coming up on that stop sign, or hopefully you haven't just run it. It also has the ability to recognize the speed limit on the side of the road. So if you're in a 65 mile per hour zone and you're doing above that, it actually puts a red box around that 65 to let you know that you're speeding in that zone. It also has the ability to recognize yield and do not enter. All those things, again, hopefully preventing more and more accidents on the road. Now, the Toyota RAV4 also comes standard with the LED headlamps on this vehicle, not only in the front of the vehicle, but also LED tail lamps. Now, LED lights are actually a benefit to you. Number one, they light up quicker. They make the light look more natural. So instead of that yellow light that you see, it looks more like daylight. As a matter of fact, we call it daylight on a bulb. Now, given the fact that we're looking at the limited model, this particular trim level is standard with the moonroof, but we also can get a panoramic moonroof, first time ever available actually at this trim level. Now, me as the inventory control guy, I haven't seen that many. Only about $200 is going to be the upgrade when it actually does come available. Not available now, so don't come in and say, get me one. All right, but when it does come out, they're going to be available. Now, the RAV4 also some great features on this vehicle. This is the limited trim level. Chrome door handles is what you can look at. One thing that I have a little bit of trouble with, the XLE Premium, which is a new model, looks almost just like the Limited. You can barely tell them apart, and it kind of lets me know there's a lot of value there. But when you look at those chrome door handles, it kind of lets you know that you are indeed looking at the Limited model. Kind of a nice feature that we've got there on this side. Okay, all right, told you all about the outside of the vehicle. Come on, let's go inside, check out some features inside. All right, so we've got our Apple CarPlay up. Now, here's the neat thing about Apple CarPlay, okay? If I wanted to check my text messages, all I do, click here.
I can make a call for you or play your voicemail. Which would you like?
Go back here, messages on this side.
Unread messages or create a new one?
Create a new one.
Who do you want to send it to?
Jose at Bob Richards. All right, so another feature here I was telling you about earlier is navigation. So let me tell you what you've got. You've actually got 4 different options for navigation. Now, this vehicle has an Apple. I have an Apple phone. So there is my navigation system that comes standard on my Apple device. And all I'm doing is it's being a slave to my phone here. So just queuing in right there, okay? So watch this. Also, if I preferred my Google Maps, okay, I click there and there's my Google Maps. All right, but the latest one to get added is actually Waze. All right, Waze right there. So when I get ready to go somewhere, find nearby Outback Steakhouse. Click on the one I want to go to.
Let's take Calhoun Memorial Highway.
It's just that easy. All right. That is all standard inside this vehicle. Every single 2019 Toyota RAV4 is standard with Apple CarPlay. Okay. We got there. I love the way it actually interacts with your phone that we've got there. Also Pandora, all of my apps there. And notice here, there are a lot that I don't have. There are more and more that are going to be able to be added in the future that we got there. Now, I also told you about the fact that you also had the connected navigation or the integrated. So for those of us who don't want to do it with the phone at all, you've got the one directly from Toyota inside the vehicle. Another nice feature that we've got here. Okay. Now, this particular model has heated seats as well. So you've got the high and low settings. This is the limited trim level. Nice feature. You get that as an upgrade on other trim levels, but again, standard at this trim level at the limited. Automatic air conditioning. So all I do is hit automatic, turn the thermostat. Now notice right here, we've got opposing temperatures here. All I do is hit sync and it makes them both the same on the other side. Neat feature that we've got there. And something else I want to tell you about are the drive modes inside this vehicle. Okay. Now the drive modes in this vehicle, eco mode. Now all eco mode does is retard the throttle so it's not as responsive. So you get better fuel economy. Now if you're okay, by the way, this car will get 35 miles to the gallon, not on the open highway, 30 miles to a gallon to a tank of gas. But if you want better than that, then that's when you use your eco mode, because you're stealing some of the throttle's responsiveness, but you're making the vehicle actually better on fuel economy. Then you've got normal driving mode, which is of course the same, and then sport driving mode. Now sport driving modes changes the shifting dynamics. Now when you and I learned to drive a manual transmission, we wanted to have a little fun. We winded the gears out just a little bit, same concept. We hold the vehicle in the gears a little bit longer and making the vehicle a little bit more fun to drive. Now something else I love about this vehicle has full range radar dynamic cruise control. Now the reason it's able to do that is, and something I learned from a Toyota meeting not too long ago, you've always got to have the actual electronic parking in order for that to work. So watch this right here. Whenever I put this vehicle down into drive, it automatically takes off its own parking brake right there. When I put it back into park, it actually puts its own parking brake back on. You can probably hear that. All right. Another one of the features I really love inside this car, and I've got to put my seatbelt on in order to show you this. Now watch this feature here. When I pull it down into drive, okay, I'm going to turn on my hold right here. And notice what we've got. We've got the hold turned on here, but I've also activated it, okay? Now, what that means is I'm sitting at a traffic light. Rather than me sitting here having to hold the gas, look, I've got my foot off of the accelerator, off of the brake, yet the vehicle is holding steady. But as soon as I touch the accelerator, the vehicle takes off. The idea is that it's just a little bit more, relaxing to drive the vehicle when you're in town that we've got there. Another one of those great, nice features. Now, something else, let's jump up here, all right? We have got what we call a panoramic rear view camera. Now you're ready for this, okay? Let's say my cargo space back there were completely loaded down with cargo. Watch this. I can't see behind me, but yes, I can. See this toggle here? Watch what happens, and it pops up the back. You see that there? Now watch this. You're able to actually change the different settings that we've got here. So I want to go over, all right, and let's say I want to change the brightness. So I pick this one, and look what I'm doing there. See what I'm doing? And look at all the different ones right here. So let's come over again. This one here. Let's pick it and let's go up and down. Wow. It really shows us all the way around the vehicle that we've got there. See that? And there are a lot of different ones you can actually do. The tilt, all those. Again, when you've got the vehicle stuffed with cargo on vacation on the way to Myrtle Beach or something like that, and you want to see what's back behind you, it actually allows you to do that. But when you want a normal mirror, just flip it right back forward and it becomes normal there again. Another one of those neat features that we've got here on this side. Automatic high beams, we talked about that, that we've got there. So as long as you've got it in the automatic position. Now this camera right here, forward facing, sees light from oncoming traffic. So whenever it sees that light, it automatically dims the the light. All right, but then once that car passes, it turns those bright lights back on. Now, the reason being, if you have your bright lights on, you jump the top of a hill, you're able to see something in the road, and therefore you increase your reaction time. Now, Toyota has published that about 40% of the accidents that are happening on the American roadways, this technology in Toyota Safety Sense 2.0 would prevent 40% of those accidents. Fantastic technology. Always having a co-pilot on there with you. All right, neat feature there. Okay guys, we're all done on the inside here. Let's go check out the cargo area. I want to show you a really neat feature with the floor. Okay, here we are at the back of the RAV4. I want to show you some features on the back. Number one, every single Toyota RAV4 is standard with a backup camera. Now, this particular one actually has the predictive path on the grid lines. Let me tell you what that means. Now, the backup camera is designed to shine back 20 feet, but to help you get into a parking space. Whenever you move your wheel, you'll see a yellow box on the inside of the vehicle aiming toward where that steering wheel has gotten you there. So the idea is that if you maintain that, eventually the blue lines, all right, which shows you actually where the vehicle is, will match up with that on the outside. Now let's open up the RAV4 in the back here, and all that is just a touch of the button here in the back. Now, one of the neatest features that I like about the Toyota RAV4 is that it has the ability to adjust this height. Now let's say this were too high for your garage. What we can actually do is bring this down, okay? And let's say we're gonna stop it there. Press and hold, and you're gonna listen for 4 beeps. Now what we just did there was set it into memory. So watch this. All right, we're gonna let it all the way down, and then we're gonna come back up again. And you're gonna notice it's gonna stop right there where we actually set the memory to do it at. All right, coming back up again. And right there. Now again, that is for a low-hanging garage. Now at my height, so I don't knock my head off, I'm gonna take this back up. By the way you do the default, then listen for 2 more distance beeps. Okay. And we take it all the way back up to its tallest height that we've got there. Now, neat thing on the inside of this vehicle, I want to show you what we can do with the floor. Toyota wanted to actually come up with an idea to increase the cargo volume in the back of this vehicle. Notice that cargo volume is good and flat right back in the back. But what if you needed a little bit more volume? Now, watch what happens here. This pulls out, and notice right here, there is a second shelf here on the bottom. So it comes through. And look what we just did there. We increased our cargo volume, I would say about 1.5 inches, maybe approaching 2 inches right there in the back. So we increased that overall volume right on the inside of that vehicle. Neat feature there. All right, now also something else, the rear cargo cover is actually standard at this trim level. Last year this was an accessory, but at this trim level it is now standard. If we need to take that out and turn the vehicle completely into cargo, I do want you to be able to see that. So I'm gonna take this down here. And then I'm gonna go around right there, completely down, turning the RAV4 completely into cargo space, tons and tons of room. That's the utility part. That's the part that we Americans love because we love SUVs. All right, guys, thanks so much. That completes our tour, walk around of the 2019 Toyota RAV4. Remember again, America's favorite SUV, Toyota RAV4. Come in and see us on the 123 bypass here in Easley. Thanks again, and remember always at Toyota of Easley, our name means a great deal. Have a great day.